Hi teams, it's good to be back to get a chance to give you an update on some things that have happened in the network. First of all, I'm going to talk to you about 3 circulars that are available for you just now. And then I've also got just a couple of pointers to update you on some activity that I know some of you have been asking about and that the board undertook yesterday in terms of a strategy day. So the first one of those circulars that I said I was going to update you on is around the bridging contraception expansion, would we say, under the Public Health Service. Now, I know that the network is really, really busy at the minute and that you're not short of work to do. To give you some context about why we've introduced this, and it starts from the 9th of November, is to assist in taking up some of the pressure from other services. You say, well, we're already under pressure. It's because it links to what we already do in the emergency hormonal contraception service. We do 6,500 supplies each month. And this is the opportunity to add something into that, to give you a tool to allow the patients that access your service to get better benefit from it. Now with that, there's also an element of training that we need to complete. And I'd ask that you have a look through the circular to see the context of that. But something I hope that's actually a tool for you. A bit like when we launched NHS Pharmacy First during the pandemic, a very similar situation and decision we had to make. But it really fits also with government strategy and the publication of the women's health strategy. And this fits very much with that. And I really hope you can support us again in the delivery of those services. The second circular, just to highlight to you, was the lateral flow device, just so that you know that's changing to a new type of kit. It's the Orient Gene Rapid COVID-19 Self-Test Kit, if I've got that right. And some of the things to be aware of there is that the testing regime is different. If I'm right, it's again just a nasal swab and you get a faster result. So we're swapping over to providing that to asymptomatic people in the public through our distribution service of lateral flow devices. So again, can I ask that you make yourself aware of that? You'll see they look different when they come into the pharmacy. It's a slightly bigger pack, contains 80 kits each time you get them. So for a period, the network will have a crossover between 2 different types of kit, a bit of overlap. So it's really to make sure you know which kit you're handing out so you can give the appropriate advice to the patients and the citizens of Scotland when we do that. The third circular, as well as the first 2 I've just talked to you about, is actually about changes to the approved list for the NHS Pharmacy First service. Now they come into effect from the 1st of October. Please have a look at that because there are some additions and there are some deletions. So obviously the deletions we no longer get paid for, but we recognise this is coming in really quick. So again, you've got 2 months grace. You could, if some of those lines manage to sneak through, you're not quite caught up yet, they will still be paid up to the 30th of November. But after that, there's no grace. So please, could you again have another wee look at the circular to help you with that? It's already on the front page of our website. So you'll get all the information there, but it's really just to draw to your attention. There are changes from tomorrow for the NHS Pharmacy First approved list. A couple of things I said I would update you on as well. The Hypertension App, well, that's now approved. We've got that going, which is great. All the people that had signed up for the trial in terms of the pharmacies, they've got their blood pressure monitor. They're sending us some form of results. So that's great. We're now able to monitor all that. We'll come to an end of this first stage of looking at the Hypertension App and using digital technology through pharmacy. We'll be evaluating that and seeing how we go to the next stage with that and where we can access funding to allow us to do so. But it's actually quite an exciting development and we're really pleased to have taken this first step. The last point to leave you with is, just so you're aware, the board, the Community Pharmacy Scotland, had a strategy day yesterday and it considered 2 topics. The first one was e-prescribing and e-dispensing, looking at what the roadmap around that could be, the mapping the process of how prescriptions could be handled without paper and what implications that has for pharmacy, right from when you see the message of a prescription right through to getting claims and paid. So that was an interesting session as we look at that process map. And the second part of that strategy was to look at the current workforce. And I have to say, we got, as an executive, got some clear actions to take. I'm not in a liberty to tell you what those are at the minute because the board still has to sign them off. But certainly, when I was coming out of that day, I was quite clear about some actions we think we can take to assist the network with some of the workforce issues that we've got at the minute. So there's a quick update for you this day and at the end of this week. Hopefully that gives you some more information and some context about why we're doing some things. And I'm sure I'll be back soon to speak to you again with an update in the near future. All the best.